Hey, what's up guys, my name is Rahul and in this video we will be doing a Tryhackme room. The name of the room is called Debug. So we have been provided with the IP address. I'll be keeping this video short so I don't waste much of your time. So I'll be speaking to the point over here. So I've copied the IP address, let's paste it over here. As you can see, we get a default Ubuntu page. So what we can do is we can go cd python read derbuster tag u w document derbuster word list common.txt tag a php. So the directories that I was able to found is called backup. So we get provided with the backup files. So the other directories that I was able to find was .hta access, but as you can see it is always or most of the times forbidden. So if we go to the grid page, we get provided with a base.grid.psd file, which is a Adobe Photoshop file. So there's nothing much interesting there because I downloaded it and there was nothing of our interest. So for example, if I go to documents, Tryhackme debug, and if I eog base.grid.png, after I exported the .psd file, this was the image that was rendered, so nothing much. So the next file in the line are index.html.backup. So I don't expect anything over here, but if we go to index.php.backup, we get rendered with some PHP script. Downloads index.php.backup. So let's move index.php.backup to index.php. If we gedit index.php, you can see that we get a handy script over here, some HTML tags. But if we go towards the end, we can see that there is a PHP script right over here. But there's nothing much over here. Let's leave this for instance. I'll be explaining it to you each and everything right now. So, but the thing that concerns us for this challenge is called serialization and unserialization vulnerability in PHP. So for example, this is a comment saying that leaving this for now only for debug purposes, do not touch. Okay, so it says that if there is a get parameter by the name of debug, then save it to debug, but if there is no parameter, leave it as blank. So debug will be either blank or either what the user supplies it, and without any sanitization of the input, user supplied input, it is directly being unserialized. All right, and after that the normal save message function is run, but first an object is being created of this class and then the save message is being called. So after that, towards the end, there's a destruct function. So let's do one thing before I explain this part. Let's go to index.php. So this is the normal file, as you can see, some lorem ipsum, this is it. So what will happen is if I type in asdf and checkpoint, if I submit it, you can see that everything is in the form of a get request. So name, I typed in A, email, I typed in A, and text area, which is comment, I typed in asdf, and these are the checkboxes and the radio buttons that are selected. Since there is no variable or parameter by the name of debug, so this is going to be empty. Then a form submit object is being created with the name of application, and then a save message is being called. So what is happening when the save message gets called? There is a form file with the name of message.txt and the message is blank right now. So we get three parameters: name, email, and comment, as we just saw over here. Name, email, comment, and the message which was empty is being filled with these parameters. So name gets filled, email gets filled, and comments get filled, and after that destruct gets called. So whenever we want to end a PHP script, we call destruct, and after that the script ends automatically. So what will happen is put file contents. So our contents will be saved at message.txt. So let's see if it got saved. Message.php, sorry, message.text, sorry guys, it's called message.text, txt. So as you can see, from message A, email A, and comment ASDF. How is this going to be vulnerable? So I'll tell you right now. The whatever value we passed into debug is being saved as debug, and it is being unserialized. So what will happen is, so this is a classic example of PHP object in serialization vulnerability. So I'll keep the explanation simple. So for example, what is serialized and unserialized? So serialization is a process when object gets converted into bytes so that it can be stored efficiently. So for example, if I type in message, this is a string, for example, this is a string. So what will happen is, I call serialize on it, the computer will not store message as it is, it will convert it to bytes and then it will store it. All right, so it will store it. So after that, if we want to call that variable again, or we want to call this message again, what we will do is, we'll see the location, we will unserialize it, and then we get the message back again. So but if we change this somehow to some fancy crafted malicious payload, it will call unserialized, because it is not checking whether this store is same as this store. It will directly unserialize it. What if I change this store to something store.evil? So it will unserialize it and the evil payload will execute. So this is the overall idea. So I'll be telling you how we do it, because learning it is a bit difficult over here. So I'll be explaining it to you right now how I did it. So what we will be doing is gedit this, gedit s.php. So the basic idea is, we will not change most of the part, we'll be keeping the same class name. The class name is php, the class name is class form submit. We'll be keeping the same variables, public form file is equal to, we can keep any name, or we can give any name, let's keep it message.php. Let's do public, the same variable. So the idea is to keep same variable so that we don't get any difficulties. But here we will be crafting a fancy payload. So PHP, let's keep PHP system get parameter by the name of cmd. Let's close the bracket, let's close the parenthesis, this and this. So now that we have done it, what we will be doing, we'll be doing the same steps right over here. So the step was to create an object of this class. So guys, I'll be giving you the link. It is a video and a great video. I highly recommend you to watch it. So I'll be putting the link to the video in the description. So if you find this hard, so you can go to the video, and after that video, I'm sure that you'll be able to understand each and every part of PHP serialization and deserialization vulnerability. So let's create an object, obj is equal to new form submit, and let's echo serialize. So the main idea is to serialize this part, and when it has been serialized, we will be passing it to debug and it will be unserializing it. So serialized object, let's close the PHP script, done. Let's php s.php. Okay, I might have done something wrong, sorry about this. PHP s.php. So this is it. So this is the fancy payload that we have created. So let's copy it, and we have to get a parameter, so we have to save it in debug parameters. So after this, debug is equal to, let's paste it to see if it works, and see, your submission has been successfully saved. So now what we can do is, the name of the file we created is called message.php. so let's see whether it got created. .php, and as you can see we get a blank page, but if we type in and cmd is equal to ls, oops, sorry, this is going to be a question mark since it is a parameter. So as you can see we get all these files. Control U, we get the source code. So if what if I do ls tag alps, I get provided with all these files. So now that we have the inner access, I think we can get the contents of that file .htaccess or passwd. As you can see, it is a hash value. So what I did was nano h.txt. Let's paste it in. Okay, this is not what we had to paste. Let's paste just the hash. So this is the hash. Then I went to hash cat tag m 1600. 1600 is for Apache based hashes, and h.txt, and the file is going to be rocku.txt. Since my computer was a bit slow, and if yours is too, what you can do is you can set tag w is equal to 1. So what this does is, this does not push too much of pressure on your processor, and so it won't heat up too much. So since I have done it, so I won't be doing it right now. So this is the snapshot of the cracked password. So the password is Jamaica. So let's copy it, ssh James @ so the IP address, yes, let's do it. Let's copy it, password, slap that in. Let's set it to complete, and we are in, guys. ls cat user.text. So this is the flag, and cat, there's another file, it's called note to james.txt. so cat note to James. Dear James, as you may already know, we are soon planning to submit this machine to Tryhackme's cybersecurity platform. Crazy, isn't it? So, but there's still one thing that I would like you to do before submission. Could you please make our SH welcome message a bit pretty, something beautiful? And I gave you access to modify all these files. Oh, and one last thing, you gotta hurry up. We don't have much time until the submission. Best regards, Root. So Root has given us permissions to modify the file. So before looking for that, what I do is tag alps. Generally this is redirected to null, but here it was not. So cat bash history. So as you can see, what Root did was he changed /etc update mot.d. So what this does is, so if you want to set up a banner or something like that, what you can do is you can change some of the files in this directory. So if I go to cd, it's .d ls. So if I change any of these files, generally this file, so what will happen is whenever I log in, I get displayed some message, fancy message. So if I type in like alps, you can see that I have the permissions to overwrite, and generally all these are in the hands of the root. So but now he has given me permission. So what I'll be doing is I'll be copying the /bin bash to the home directory of the James user, and I'll be changing the permissions as well. I'll be setting up setuid bit so that when I execute it, my permissions or my permission level will be elevated. So for example, I'll be showing it to you. Echo copy, let's copy bin bash to the home directory of James, and I'll be leaving the file as bash, and I'll be changing the permissions u plus s. I am setting setuid bit home James. So if I run bash, my privileges will be escalated to root. So this 00 header. Now this has been done. So next time if I log in, what will happen is this file will get executed, and when it gets executed, everything in bin bash will be copied to home James bash, and a set UID bit will be set. So if I type in exit, if I do it again, let's copy the password again. Let's copy the password, paste the password. So if I type in ls, you can see there's a bash file. So if I type in bash tag p for persistence, you can see that I am root. So cd root ls cat root.txt, copy, paste. So thank you guys, this is it for the video. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, please press on the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.